All right, everybody, what's going on? Good late afternoon, swinging into the evening. Day number 4 is over, and it was mixed. It was mixed because, again, we actually had a lot of stuff happen, and the Seahawks actually did quite a few things, but pretty much everything that happened today was kind of small. Jaquan Brisker finally got signed by the Steelers, and the Jonathan Allen got signed by, I think it was Washington. I can't even remember who signed Jonathan Allen. But for the most part, a lot of this stuff that happened was kinda low key under the radar, and everything the Seahawks did was low key and under the radar and just kinda quiet. So, it's obviously not really gonna move the needle. I don't think anybody out there is gonna say, "Well, I hated the offseason before, now I love it," or the opposite. So, today was a couple of different things. It was another day where the team showed you how much they care about special teams because 3 things that happened. We had Brady Russell. Brady Russell re-signed on a 2-year deal. We don't know the money, but he's one of our key special teamers. He might be our best, cover guy on special teams, and he's also somebody who provides depth at some other positions, even if it's not great depth, so we'll see. He's kind of our Nick Bellore now. So, Brady Russell, re-signed him, 2-year deal. You had, Thomas, um, excuse me, Thomas the 2nd from Indianapolis, the safety. Shoot. Rashad Thomas? I'm sorry, I'm not really familiar with him, so I may have, messed up on what his first name is. That's my bad, but, I don't wanna pause the video right now to go figure it out. So Thomas, 1-year deal, we don't know the money there yet. He has played on defense before for the Colts, but he is mostly a, special teamer, so he's definitely being brought in for those purposes. And then another safety, D'Anthony Bell, who we've had before. He was here last year, and we know that D'Anthony Bell is a special teamer. He can play a little bit on defense. He has his moments. He's capable of being successful there. So it's not like it's just complete special teams, but he is for the most part an excellent special teamer and not really all that much else than that. So that was kind of the focal point today. And that's obviously not really going to get anybody too excited, but it's an important part. And when you think about it, the team, they just had a season where they won the Super Bowl in part because their primary rivals did not value special teams enough, and their team did. We beat the Rams twice last year at the end of the season. Both games swung heavily on special teams, so they care. Other than that, you had Brandon Peely, re-signed him, which surprised me because I didn't think we had room for another interior defensive lineman. But it's 1 year, 2,000,000, so if he ends up getting released later, it doesn't really matter. It's like a couple 100,000 probably. So that's probably all it is, and we are gonna need way more than 53 players for the offseason. And I know that some people like Peely. I know that there are some people in the organization that like Peely, but, I didn't think he was gonna come back just because of the Riley Mills stuff. With him looking good in that Super Bowl, I thought we were gonna ride with that. You had, Wilson, the, running back from Green Bay, which is actually a, Emmanuel Wilson, 1 year, 2,000,000. That kinda got people excited because you look at it, he's actually a pretty good player. He had some success in Green Bay as the backup to Josh Jacobs, had about 1,000 rushing yards combined over the last 2 seasons, and he genuinely was effective for them. He's a bigger back. He's like 225. Maybe he's got a tiny bit more burst than Charbonnet, but he's very Charbonnet-like to me. I think this is a signing to give us an adequate Charbonnet replacement for half a season and maybe the whole season and allow Charbonnet time to get back. So on that level, it's great. 1 year, 2,000,000, and I believe that he will be able to fill that role. And when you think about it, you've got Wilson and you've got Halani, and Halani is kind of like a really, really stripped down version of Walker. Wilson is a really, really stripped down version of Charbonnet. So you have a very, very diet version of what you had last year. I understand the players are probably almost certainly not as good, but at the very least, you're trying to match things up to where things make sense. So that was that. The Wilson thing, I think we might be done at running back until the draft. We're probably going to draft a running back, and then we rock with Halani, Wilson, and rookie, and then you've got some other guys who can kick around as running back four, and hopefully that's enough. And then finally, we released a Tyler Hall cornerback. So we don't have a lot of cornerbacks right now, so keep an eye on that. But to me, I think the team might be done with free agency until after the draft, so they don't have to lose their comp picks. Because as of right now, everybody they signed today is not expected to lose the team any comp picks. So therefore, they have all four of their compensatory 2027 picks, which is probably a fourth and three-fifths. So they cherish that. And yeah, I think that they might. I don't think they're done because I think they might re-sign Cody White tomorrow. Maybe they consider re-signing Derek Young instead. One of those two. I think they could find another like really really low level cornerback to pick up. But in terms of actually moving the needle, I think they're done because they want to preserve those comp picks. And at this point, I get it because again, you wait 6 weeks after the draft, you can get players that are, if we're being straight honest, not that much better or worse than what you can get right now, and you save your comp picks. What's the difference? It's not like we have training camp or preseason in the next month and a half. That's months and months away. There are guys we probably want to sign like Jadeveon Clowney and Von Miller and Cam Jordan who don't want to sign until August. So therefore, I think that it makes sense for the team to chill. I'm expecting one or two things tomorrow. And to me, the more interesting thing tomorrow than even what the Seahawks are going to do, because I think everything is going to be pretty chill now, and they're going to save their money for the ring chasing edge rushers when those guys want to sign. I want to see where some of these top level free agents go. Guys like Joey Bosa, guys like Wyatt Teller, Arnold Ebiketie, who's a guy the Seahawks should probably look at if his price continues to go down. Leonard Floyd, Geno Stone, Donovan Wilson, AJ Epinesa. There's still some pretty good players out there, and I want to see who's going to make it to post draft. But yeah, today the Seahawks did a lot. I know it doesn't feel like it amounted to a lot, but I do think they're taking care of the business they need to take care of in order to put themselves in a good position. So, yeah, the team is probably not going to be as good as they were in 2025. And some people are going to be unable to not be disappointed about that. And I know we're going to be sitting on a lot of cap space that's going to make people scratch their head. But at the end of the day, I think they've done a pretty decent job of not compromising their position while at least giving the team a chance. To me, the one position where things are clearly destitute is edge, and there is plenty of time and a lot of players they can get to change that. All right, I'm going to go and get out of here. I think that's a good rundown of the day. It was chill, but it also wasn't chill because the team actually did quite a bit. All right, everyone have a good rest of your day. Go Hawks. See you guys tomorrow.